Dalton's in the house. Hold on a second there, Dalton. Come on. There we go. And there we go. And there we go. Dalton's in the house. Leo, Devin, good evening, good evening, good evening. Slow roast Dunic. Slow roasted eunuch. Okay. Alfredo Maria. Okay. Bruno, what's happening? Whitlock, Cool Beans, all showing up in the house, just getting ready to get started. Just me again. Cool Beans. Jesse, what's happening? Hombre, Hambone, what's happening? Lindarella, good evening, good evening. Kathleen, how are you doing? Michael Sinclair, what's happening, Doc? Jersey's in the house. Okay, Adrian, Secretariat, 19, how you doing? Snowy, what's happening, what's happening? Wisdom, what's happening? Micah, is that Milkus? Milkus, that's an interesting name. Axion, Cool Beans. Tony, what's happening? All right, so let's get ready to roll. I got to check something for a second, really quick. What is the date? The date, it is 13, 12, 11. Holy cow, it is officially the 11th week of the year. 11th week of the year. Here it is. All right, so that being said, buy and hold stocks. What's happening? Good evening, good evening. Okay, James Branchu, what's happening? Okay, let's get ready to start. Let's get ready to roll. Oh, look at this. Buy and hold wants to take a look at C and then Altria. Hold on. C and then Altria. Okay, we'll take a look at those. Okay, not a problem. Macy's. Jersey wants to take a look at Macy's. All right, we'll take a look at Macy's. All right, that being said, good evening, everyone. My name is James. This is Dividend Stock Talk, brought to you by the 10-Minute Trader, where I invest in dividend stocks. Take you along for the ride to show you exactly what I'm doing for a simple, safe, predictable, consistent 1% per week. Now, that's over 50% per year. Jeff, how's it going? That's over 50% per year. If you continuously get 1% every week, that's 50% or more per year. Is it simple? No. Well, it kind of is simple, but you do have to put some effort into it. Meaning, well, this is just not, hey, I'd like to get it, and then it all of a sudden just shows up. No, you actually have to tend to your money. Scott wants to take a look at BBY. Isn't that Best Buy, or is that Bed Bath & Beyond? I don't know. No, BBY, it's Best Buy. All right, we'll take a look at Best Buy. Just hold on a second. All right, so that being said, yeah, it does take 10 to 15 minutes every single day in order for you to tend to your accounts. But look at it this way. Nobody has more interest in your money than you, so why don't you at least have a good idea of what's going on with your money? Because at some point, whether you agree with me or not is really irrelevant. You are going to get old, and sometime you are going to have money coming in where you are not working, where you are not punching a time clock. Randall Ray, we're going to take a look at Macy's in a little bit. Sit tight, all right? Holding no matter what. JRV, what's happening? All right, so you're going to retire at some point. Money is going to have to come from somewhere. We're the only species on this planet that has to pay to live here. And depending on how you want to live, well, that's going to be directly related to the amount of money you need on a weekly or monthly basis in order to live comfortably. They don't call them the golden years for no reason. Well, it's time to cash in your gold and you sit back and take advantage of what is it called? Squirreling away all that little pennies, nickels, dimes, and quarters, whatever it is, over their working life. Okay, now I've been working since 1973. What is that, 52 years ago? My first job working at Old Man Simmons Farm. Ugar. Okay, Ugar, dude, you're here you're here often. And for some strange reason, you keep asking me to look at stocks that I know off the top of my head are going to be a no. Now, Main, M-A-I-N, is a monthly optionable stock, and it's definitely a no. Because I can't get weekly cash flow from a company that offers monthly options. Okay, here's Main, right here, M-A-I-N, monthly options. Now, I only have two criteria and only two criteria for the stocks that I look at. Okay, one, it's got to be consistently profitable. It boggles my mind. It really does. I am confused as hell. And I consider myself a halfway decently intelligent person. It boggles my mind. Well, people will take their hard-earned money and put it into some place, into some company that's not consistently profitable. Why would you do that? I have no idea. What do you think about ETH and XRP? JVR, thanks for showing up. I appreciate your interaction. I like the questions. However, okay, JVR, if you looked in the top left corner, you'll see the name of this show is called Dividend Stock Talk. And nothing to do with cryptocurrency whatsoever. No cryptocurrency. Terribly sorry, dude. You're just in the wrong place. Simone wants to take a look at Kohl's. KSS. Now, Simone, I do have some Kohl's still. We'll take a look at it. Jersey wants to take a look at Riot. BAM. Oh, Ugar wants to take a look at BAM. I'd never even heard of BAM, Ugar. RJF. What is RJF? RJF. We'll take a look at it, see what it looks like. QBTS. Cardinal, how are you doing today? QBTS. All right, hold up on the questions for a second. Moontang, the stock we're looking at here, MAIN, it's a no. Okay, so let me say, hold on a second. Who's that? Get cultured. Oh, that's cool. Caterpillar and Ford. And Ford. Okay, sit tight. We'll get to that one. Hold on a second. AKAM. What the heck is that? AKAM. All right. Hold tight. I'm going to stop the questions in a second. Let me briefly explain to you what it is I'm looking here. What I'm looking for are companies that are consistently profitable. That means at least 2 decades of profits. Okay, Moontang, you want to look at Zim? I can tell you right now, Zim's going to be a no. But I'll take a look at it and I'll explain to you why I don't like it. It's the best I can do. I can't tell you what to buy. I have no intention of telling anyone what to buy. I have no intention of telling anyone what to sell. Okay? Somebody sold the message. It's in held for review. I wonder what's in that thing. Okay. Sensoro. Oh, so JRF should be interesting to hear your viewpoint. It should be. I've never heard of it. But Sanchez, MSTY, that's a no right off the top. I know for a fact MSTY has not been around for 2 decades. So there's no possible way it can have. Why the 20-year rule? Sebastian, the 20-year rule? Well, I have no qualms whatsoever where you want to put your money. Now, there's 9,968. Last time I checked, you know what? We got some time. Day's just started, so let's go check it out. All right, we're going to FinViz, FINVIZ, financial visualizations. Basically, what they are doing is a website that actually has all the stocks that you can take a look at. So that's what we're going to do. And I'm going to tell you, Sebastian, why I like it. Okay, here we go. FinViz. You're going to have to get your financial information from somewhere. I like FinViz. Gives me a little bit. Here's the number right here. Are you ready? Wait a second. Let's get rid of that thing. Oppenheimer funds. Yeah. See this number right here? 9,968. That means there's 9,968 companies that you can invest in at any moment in time. Hold that thought. See this little tab right here? Dividend yield. Now what this is going to do, it's going to break down how many companies actually have a dividend. Okay, just a positive dividend. Okay, 5,777. So 9,968 companies, but only 5,777 actually pay a dividend. Now, why am I interested in a dividend? Well, I'll tell you why. Hold on, let me get over to Yahoo Finance. We're going to be using that website in a little bit. All right, right there. So, Sebastian wants to know why a 20-year rule. Okay. Hold on. Trivgun LMND. Never heard of it. LMND. Never heard of it. CPB, Campbell Soup. I heard of them. Pepsi. Heard of them. All right. Well, I don't need this at the moment. Let's get out of that. Let's get back to here. Okay, so, Sebastian, why do I want the 20-year rule? Now, this is money that I'm investing. It's my money. So, I want to make sure the money that I invest into a company is going into a company that is consistently profitable. Now, when I say consistently profitable, I'm talking 2 decades. Okay, out of 9,968 different companies, there's only about 300 companies that have consistently increased their dividends for more than 2 decades. So if they're consistently profitable, why wouldn't I want to put my money there? That should be a better question. Ad blocker. I have Poncho de Leon. I have no idea what ad blocker is. You got to give me the ticker symbol if you actually want me to look at anything. Okay. Trivgun LMD is Lemonade, and it's an insurance company. Yeah, but I'm pretty sure they ain't 20 years old because I haven't heard of them. And if they are 20 years old, well, have they increased their dividends to their shareholders for 20 years? Now, why is that important? Well, because a dividend is a part of the profits that the company gives back to the investors. And that's who we are. We are the investors. We buy, we sell the stocks. Well, buying and selling a stock, once you own a stock, you become a part owner in that company. So you are entitled. I am entitled to a portion of their profits. And that portion of the profits that they give back to the investors is called a dividend. Okay? So you have 2 different kinds of companies. Okay, we just looked a little while ago. 5,777 take their profits and share them with their investors. Okay? The rest of them don't. Why would I want to invest my money? And I'll tell you why. Investing your money into a company that does not pay dividends, well, that's for capital appreciation. You buy it down here and it shoots up like that. Well, great if that's what you're looking for. If you're looking to buy low, have it shoot up and go higher, and you can say, yay, my money's increasing, you're in the wrong place. That is not what I'm looking for. I'm not even seeing this whole thing here. Oops, where the hell did it go? That's what I want right there. I want to see the whole screen. All right, so I'm looking for cash flow, not capital appreciation. I have no desire for capital appreciation. Well, it sounds good, but I'm retired. Okay, capital appreciation doesn't help me pay my bills. You don't make any money from capital appreciation until you sell something. Okay? So there's 2 criteria and only 2 criteria that I'm looking for. Okay, Antoine wants to take a look at Morgan Stanley. And Trivgun wants to take a look at UPS. UPS. Moontang, what dividend percentage do I look for? Okay, Moontang, you're new here. So what I appreciate, you got any questions, ask. I love them. I'm going to answer whatever questions you got. I don't look at dividend percentages. I don't. I look at consistency of dividend increases. That means if the company is profitable this year, they're giving out X amount. That's a portion of the profits. Next year, it should be higher. The year after that, it should be higher. The year after that, it should be higher. It should be higher every single year. Oh, so RTF should be interesting. Okay, so we're going to take a look at RTF. I'm going to stop all the questions. We have 15 to 20 stocks to zip right through. Let's see how quickly we can go through them. Now remember, today is Sunday, which means tomorrow starts week 11. Week 11. There's 52 weeks in a year. 13 weeks in a quarter. April, May, January, February, March, first quarter. April, May, June, second quarter. June, July, August, July, August, September, third quarter, October, November, December, fourth quarter. We're in the first quarter, the 11th week, which means we got 3 weeks to go before the first quarter is done and over with. All right, well, let's see what we can do for week number 11 coming up tomorrow morning. So let's take a look. Now, I'm going to breeze through some of these stocks and you'll see how quick and easy it really should be. I don't spend a lot of time on it. When you get to my age, when you're retired, your most valuable asset, your health and your time. Okay, that's it. Health and time. Okay, most people spend all their time making money in their younger days, and in their older days and retired, they spend all their money looking for time or health. One or the other. Yeah. You ruin your health going for money, and you spend all your money trying to get back your health. I think that's the way that I heard it. Okay, glasses are on. I can see the screen. Main is a no. Now, 2 criteria and only 2 criteria. Number 1, consistency of profitability. I want 2 decades. That's 20 years. Second, weekly options. The only way I'm going to get weekly options is, do they have weekly cash flow. Weekly cash flow. The only way I'm going to get weekly cash flow is with weekly stock options or sitting in front of my computer looking at charts all day long. Yeah, no thank you. I honestly, I could do it. I could make a lot more money, but that's not what I'm here for. I'm not here to make a lot of money. I'm here to show you how I do it, okay? It's simple. It's easy. You're not going to break the bank by doing it. You're not going to get a fortune. If you're looking to strike it rich overnight, you're in the wrong place. Okay, this is slow. This is boring. This is monotonous. It is the same stocks over and over and over again. You got the dividend kings. You got the dividend aristocrats, the dividend champions, the dividend contenders. That's only about 300 stocks. That's about all I look at. Now, we looked about, 15 minutes ago, 9,968 companies. I'm only interested in 300. That's it. I don't care about the other ones. I don't. All right, so let's roll. Let's see what we're looking at. Number 1 on the list is Intel. So let's take a look at Intel. Now, I do own some Intel, just in case you're wondering. It's not really a requirement for me to tell you, but I like to be honest and open with people. I do tell you exactly what I have. I do have some Intel. At this moment in time, it's at 2064. I'm looking for 5 things. Every time I do the same thing over and over and over again. I've been doing it for 20 years, and it's always been the exact same. I'm looking for 5 things. First is the 1-year chart. I'm looking for the high of the year, the low of the year. Where was it a year ago? Where is it now? And what is the overall direction? Down, sideways, down, sideways. Now we're at 2064. All right, so if I'm going to buy it tomorrow morning, I want to do what is called a safe trading strategy. Well, the safest trading strategy I know of is called the covered call. So when you buy a stock, you sell it to someone else for rights to buy it from you at a certain price by a certain date. Now, the date we're looking at is going to be 14 March 25, which is this coming Friday. So I'm going to load up on all my shares tomorrow morning, okay? Invest all my money. 98% of all my money is invested first thing Monday morning. Reason being, I have no use for cash sitting in my account. Doesn't do me any good. It doesn't pay my bills just sitting there. It only pays my bills when I pay my bills, which is usually on Tuesday or Wednesday. Because when I buy my stocks on Monday and Tuesday, I sell options against them. Those options equal to about 1% of what my account is, and that I take care of my bills. What I don't take care of this week, I'll take care of next week. What I don't take care of next week, I'll take care of the week after. It is a consistent weekly paycheck that I get, and it's about 1% a week on average. Okay? All right, so Intel. 2056. Well, the 2050s are going for 75 cents. That is over 3%. Now, are you going to get 3% every time you do a trade? No, you probably won't. Now, sometimes you'll get 1, sometimes you'll get 2, sometimes you'll get 3, 4, 5. I like Intel. It pays a nice premium, and look at the premiums even further down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 strikes out of the money, and you're still making something. Well, something is better than nothing. But let's go and do a few to see if you understand the way it works. Because the number one thing I want you to take away from this, okay, if you get anything at all what I'm saying, number one is, does it make sense? That's it. It either makes sense or it doesn't. Either do it or don't do it. If you don't want to take control and invest in your own money, okay, give it to someone else. Let someone else do it. But don't complain when other people's getting 20, 30, 40, 50% per year and you're only getting 5 or 10 or 15. Because I have never seen a money manager or a money backer or even what do you call it? A mutual fund or even a hedge fund that pays over 20 or 30% per year consistently. I've never seen it. Okay, there may be a few out there. I remember someone telling me last week there's some hedge fund that makes 30% a year. Well, cool. Let's keep on moving. All right. Intel. Let's take a look at all the numbers on Intel. All right, a year ago was the high of the year, 45.41. Now, it bottomed out in September, second week in September at 18.51. Well, look at the last 90 days. Now, remember, I want to look at 4 different charts. This is the second chart. First chart is the 1-year chart. Second chart I want to look at is the 90-day chart. And there's a couple of reasons why I want to look at the 90-day chart. Well, number one, I want to see what the high, the low, where it was, where it is, what's the movement. But I also want to look at, is there a pattern? And is it a repeatable pattern? Well, this one, it kind of looks like there is. Okay? Down. It took about 2.5 weeks to go down. And then about a week and a half to go up, another week to go down, another week to go up, another 2 weeks to go down, week to go up, 2 weeks to come down. Now it's coming down here. Here's the bottom right there, and it has 1 day to the upside. That's what I'm looking for. Okay? Look, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Now, hypothetically, she should be going up because Thursday was the low, Friday was higher. Let's zoom in a little bit tighter. We want to go to the 9th of February, which is a Saturday. Oh, Sunday. All right, so we'll be looking at the 10th. All right. Well, February 10th, 29 days ago, or was it 28 days ago? I don't know. Anyway, here's our 30-day bottom right there, 1924. That's the 30-day bottom. Now, she goes from 19 to 27. That's a $9 increase. Now, 19 to 27, $9, that's a little bit more. Oh, yeah. No, sorry, a little bit less than 30%. Right around 30%. From here to here. That's a 30% increase. If you think that within a week, a 30% increase in 1 week, and you don't think people are going to take profits and the stock's going to drop, well, I don't know what to tell you. Stocks go up, stocks go down. Why do they go down? Because people want to take their profits. We are here to make money. Stocks go up, stocks go down. What do you think is going to happen next? It's going to go back up again. Here's the high here. It drops all the way down. Now we're here at 20. And Friday was a little bit higher. Well, that looks good to me, but I want to look at one more chart. I want to look at the seasonality. Now, if you don't know what a seasonality chart is and what it's used for, let me briefly explain. All the way to the left is January 1st. All the way to the right, December 31st. This blue line here, that represents what the stock is doing this year. This line up here, this red line, that's a 10-year average of what the stock normally does. Well, Intel, they basically do the same things over and over again. They make computer chips and computer stuff. I don't know. So, this is where we are right here, the beginning of March. I want to zoom into that area right there and see what usually happens in this time frame. All right. Basically, for the next couple of weeks, we're going to go sideways, and then towards the end of the month, she's going to start going up. Well, I don't mind sideways, and I like the idea of it going up. So let's get out of there. And let's actually do a practice trade on Intel. So if I decide to buy Intel tomorrow morning, you will see exactly what the numbers look like. Now, you got to remember, okay, these numbers here are going to change as soon as the market is open. So while the market is open from 9 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. to 4 p.m., all these numbers, every single number here changes, changing and constantly changing. It's kind of like jumping onto a Ferris wheel, or no, not a Ferris wheel. I don't know, a moving train. You just don't know where you're going to get in at it. All right, anyway. That being said, the current price, $20.56, right here. See it? This is what I can buy it for. Now, I want to pick the closest strike price. Now, let me explain to you what a covered call is. Okay, we already know what we're going to buy it for. This is the price right there, $20.56. If I want to buy it first thing in the morning, that's the price right there. Now, when I sell it, now, I don't think I told you my rules were. I don't think so. When I want to sell it, I want to know what I'm going to make before I sell it. When I say I want to make a simple, safe, predictable, consistent 1% per week, consistent, well, it's a weekly option. I can trade it every single week. Let's get this out of here. We don't need this. Okay. See this here? 14 March, that's this Friday. 21 March, that's next Friday. 28 March, well, that's 3 Fridays away. 4 April, 5 Fridays away. 6 Fridays away. 7 Fridays away. 8 Fridays away. 9 Fridays. Every single Friday. This is what it's called, a weekly option. I can trade it every single week. It is consistent. That's the consistency part. Simple is buying a stock, selling it to someone else. Now, predictable. Remember, simple, safe, predictable, consistent 1% per week. Well, simple, a covered call. I'm buying the stock and I'm selling it to someone else for the same price I paid for it. Close to it. $20.57, I'm selling it for $20.50. Picking up 75 cents. All right, so I'm walking away with 68 cents. 68 cents on a $20 stock. That's over 3%. Let's take a look and see how it looks. First thing I want to change is this right here. Okay, where it says single. I want to change that till it says covered call. Now, when I say safe strategy, the safest strategy at all is just buying the stock. That's the safest. But you don't make any money until you sell something. So if I'm buying the stock, selling it to someone else for the exact same money I just paid for it, a lot of people say, well, where are you making your money? I'm making my money on the insurance premium. Okay, I'll explain that in a little bit. Now, it's at $20.56. I want to pick the $20.50. The $20.50 is right there, 1981. I'm just going to do one contract. This is where your algebra comes in handy. If one contract is going to give me this, well, two contracts will give me twice that much. 3 contracts, 3 times that much. Whoops. I want to change it to a market order. Now, the reason why I want to change it to a market order as opposed to a limit order, you get to choose the price. This is what I want to pay. This is what I want to receive. You may or may not get it. I like a market order when I'm getting into it. The reason being, it's 2 trades in one. It's 2 trades, so I'm only paying 1 commission, number 1. Number 2 is the stock and the option are tied together, and I already know what my profit is going to be before I even do it. Here's the order. Let me read it to you. Buy 1 covered called Intel 100s. That is the weekly option trade. 14 March 25. Well, that expires. The option I am selling against the stock Intel at the market to open. That's the order. That's what it sounds like. Now, in case you're wondering, if you didn't know, this screen behind me, this screen is live on YouTube. It is being recorded. And no, this is not a recording. The third month of the year, 9th day of the year of 2025. So there, you have the time, the date. It is not a recording. It is being recorded. So tomorrow, yeah, it will be a recording tomorrow. And then, anyway, so if what I say interests you, if you need to get a closer look at this, yes, it's going to be on YouTube and it is going to be recorded so you can go back and watch any one of my videos. Every single night I do a video, okay? And I'm live every single night. You can come here every single night, ask me questions. If you have a question about this particular strategy. Now, I know how to do a lot of the other ones, but this is the only one I give away for free. Yes, I do have paid services, but I'm not going to try to sell anyone anything. Okay? Your feed keeps freezing. Edwin, yes, I'm aware of that, Edwin. Over some strange reason, Instagram, okay, now, I hear what you're saying, Edwin. Okay, the Instagram camera, for some strange reason, is not as smooth as you would think. Because the, what do you call that thing? The modem. Yeah, the modem is literally, I'm going to say, maybe 6 feet away. It's right over there in the corner of the room, 6 feet away from the phone, and it's on Wi-Fi. So why is it keep stalling? I don't know. Maybe it's just Instagram. Maybe it's a bad camera. I don't know. All right. So that being said, now like I said, I stopped all the questions. I'm not going to answer any questions. We're just going to breeze through all these stocks really quickly, and then I will release the questions. Please only ask a question once in the chat box. I will answer each and every individual question. Every night I answer each question. Right around 11:15, I start looking at stocks and we just start answering questions. Okay, that being said, here's the order. The maximum profit, $69.50. What is it costing me? The cost of trade, including commissions and fees, $1,981. Okay, so let's see exactly how much that is. Edwin, I normally watch on YouTube. Love your channel. I watch your pre-recorded videos. Keep them coming. Thanks, Edwin. All right. We're going to bring up the calculator to find out what kind of rate of return this one is giving. Because before I do any trade whatsoever, I want to know exactly how much I'm making. Okay? Now remember when I say simple, safe, predictable, well, I already know what I'm making. Consistent, I can do it every single week because it's a weekly option. That's the reason I like weekly optionable stocks, because I can trade them every single week. Okay, so let's show you quickly how the math works, because you're all probably curious. Well, if you're going to invest money, okay, you want to know what is your rate of return? How much are you making? Well, I want 1% every single week. That's over 50% per year. So let's take a gander. Now, the way you figure out what your profit is, or what your rate of return is, you take your profit, okay, max profit, $69.50, throw it into the calculator, $69.50, and then you divide it by the purchase price, or the cost of the trade. Cost of the trade, including commissions and fees, $1,981. $1,981. I remember 1981. I was a junior in high school. I had a blast. It was awesome. Anyway. And that equals grand total of 3.5%. Okay? This one trade I just showed you. Okay, it's Intel. So you have a couple of questions to ask yourself. Question number 1, does it make sense? Question number 2, do I like this company? It's Intel. Have you heard of them? I don't know. I mean, I have. I grew up in the 70s, 80s, and 90s. Of course I've heard of Intel. Question number 3, do I like Intel at this current price? Question number 4, can I picture myself buying Intel and holding it until the day I die, or until it hits my target? Well, in this instance, my target is $20.50. Well, at this moment in time, the stock is currently at $20.59. Well, if I'm buying it for $20.59, selling it $20.50, and I'm making 3.5% for the week, well, that kind of okay with me. But that's the questions you got to ask. Does it make sense? Do I like it? Am I willing to hold on to it? Okay, that's Intel. Now, that's basically how I'm going to do every single one of them. We got about 15 more to go. I'm going to breeze through them really quick, and then we'll open up for questions again, okay? So I will answer each and every question. Hold on. That was Intel. I like Intel. C, Citigroup. Let's move this over. First and foremost, we're going to say no to Citigroup this week, and the reason why, high, low, was, is, look at this. Okay, she shoots up, pulls back. We're looking for a new bottom here. So not quite this week. Okay, so we're going to put Citigroup down for next week. Okay. Altria. No. Altria is at the high of the year. No, thank you. Macy's. Interesting. Look at that. High, low. Where was it? Where is it? Look at the movement. Down, sideways, down, sideways, down. Right here, she's bouncing back up. $14. 14 is going for 20 cents to 46. So yeah, we will get our 1% out of Macy's. So let's take a look. Now, if you're kind of curious, Macy's was one of my number one stocks last year. 22.10 last March. The bottom, 12.53, and that was, looks like Thursday. All right, so last 90 days, okay, high, low, where was it? Where is it? Look at this. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Well, she's just starting. Here's the bottom of the year. Now, I always tell people you're going to make your most money buying low and selling high. So here's a couple of questions you need to ask yourself. Have you ever heard of Macy's? Well, you should. They've been around for over 100 years. You're going to buy low and sell high. Well, guess what? You cannot get any lower than the low of the year. That was Thursday. Maybe. Now, I personally like 2 to 3 days to the upside when we find a bottom. Well, here's the bottom right there. Let's zoom in a little closer and see if it makes sense. Okay, 30 days ago, we're right here, 14.50. We shoot up to 16, drop all the way down to 12.50, and yep, Friday it was higher than Thursday, but I like 2 to 3 days. So if she opens up higher tomorrow, well, that satisfies it for me because, number one, I like Macy's, and yes, I actually already own some Macy's. Of course I do. You should have seen how many times I bought it last year. I bought it, I think, 45 times last year because I buy on Monday, I get rid of it on Thursday, Friday, or sometimes I carry it through. But Macy's, I've had almost every single week. I buy it, sell it, buy it, sell it, buy it, sell it. If I make 1% every single week and I bought it 45 times last year, well, that's over 45% I made off of Macy's. All right, let's keep on keeping on. All right, so I like Macy's. What does it normally do this time of year? Okay, so we're here. We're going to go sideways for about 2 weeks. That's fine. I can deal with it sideways for 2 weeks. Works for me. Okay, we're currently at 14. Let's do the 14s real quick. 14's right there. Change it to just 1. At the market, here we go, here we go. Buy 1 covered call of Macy's, 100, that's the weekly. Clear that, 73, and that equals 1.9. 1.9, it's almost 2%. Do you have any idea what 2% a week is? Let's get out of there. And there were even talks last year of Macy's being bought out and going private. But I think the owner said, hell no. All right, so anyway, so Macy's, yep, I'm going to put a little check mark next to Macy's. BBY is next. Ooh, look at that. Now, some people may not like this, but I like it. Only because you see that big drop there? Well, she made the bottom, 2 days to the upside. Okay, gapped up, gap down. Ooh, gap downs are great because they have a tendency to fill. Let's take a closer look. But before we do, I like the chart. High, low, all that kind of nice, neat stuff. Look at the numbers. 79.41. We'll be looking at the 79s going for 177. That's yes. The 80s, 126. Now, the 79 is a safer trade. Safer. But the 80 is more profitable. Me, personally, I'd go for the 79 because I don't want to hold on to anything. I have no desire to go down that matrimony walk for anything anymore. All right, anyway. A year ago, 77.58. The bottom of the year was towards the end of May at 69. Okay, the top, 103.70, the end of August. Well, look at the last 90 days. Okay, here's your last 90 days. High, low, where was it? Where is it? Look at this. Up, down, 1, 2, 3. 3 days to the upside from the bottom of the year. Okay, remember what I said earlier? You're not going to make more money than buying low and selling high. You can't get any lower than the low of the year, and that was just 4 days ago. All righty? So, that being said, I'm going to put a little check mark next to Best Buy. Maine. We already took Maine. That's a no. Kohl's. Take a look at Kohl's. KSS, Kohl's. Interesting. Now, Kohl's, I do own some Kohl's, in case you're wondering. The high, the low, where was it? Where is it? Look at this. Down, up, 12.10. The 12s are going for 90 cents. Oh, hell yeah. That's about 8%. Why would I say no to that? All right, so a year ago, we're at 27.13. The high of the year, beginning of April, 29.55. Last 90 days, okay? High and low, where was it? Where is it? Look at it, it's bouncing up right here. 4 days ago was the bottom for Kohl's. 1, 2, 3 days to the upside. How can you say no to Kohl's? The bottom of the year, 4 days ago. All right, last 30 days. Okay, here's your last 30 days. Down, up, down, up. I don't know. I might want to watch and see what happens because with a big jump like that, there could be profit taken. I don't know. Do you like Kohl's at 12? Well, at 12, it's going for 90 cents. I would buy it just because I like Kohl's, because I already own Kohl's in a bunch of different accounts. All right, so that being said, let's go to the next one. Next one. What are we looking at? Riot. Now, I actually own some Riot too. R-I-O-T. Okay. We're going to say no to Riot this week only because I do own some. But here, look. It's looking for the new bottom. Okay, Friday was the bottom of the year. So, waiting for it to find the bottom, turn around. Once she does, we're going to write it down for next week. Riot. BAM. What the heck is BAM? BAM is a no. No to Brookfield. RJF. No to RJF. QBTS. D-Wave Quantum. For some strange reason. What is it? QBTS? QBTS. Let's find out. QBTS. No dividends. Okay? No dividends, no thank you. Okay? Simple. Caterpillar. Love me some Caterpillar. C-A-T. Ooh, look at that. That's nice. Year ago, high, low, where was it? Where is it? Nice. 349 to 350s. Ooh, almost $6. That's a yes. Let's take a look at the chart. high, low is look at the movement. Up, down, up. Last 90 days. Wait a second. A year ago, 335. We bottomed out in August at 306. Got a double top at 418 the beginning of November. Well, look at the last 90 days. Got a double top, bottom. Look at the movement. Down, up, down, up. You can't go wrong there. And it's Caterpillar. We know who Caterpillar is. What does Caterpillar normally do? Caterpillar normally gives me one of these things. Look at that. From January to December. Nice upward move all year long. How can you go wrong with Caterpillar? Well, let's take a look for the month of March. What does it normally do? All right, so the month of March, here we are. We're going to have a little bit of dip next week. It's going to retrace towards the end of the month. I don't know. Do you like Caterpillar? Now, the interesting thing about seasonality just gives us an idea of what the stock normally does. That doesn't mean it's going to do that. Okay, Kakarum wants to look at Wally World. I don't know why. I'm very rarely by Walmart. Let's go back to here. Okay, let's look at the last 30 days right there. Okay, so here's your last 30 days. 30 days ago, 366. Drops down to 320. Shoots back up. Now it goes from 320 to 350. That's a 10% move. Okay, 10%. Could it keep going higher? Yeah. At 350, the high is 365. So yeah, maybe a week. Maybe do the 350s off the 347s, whichever one makes more sense. But I go for safety as opposed to profitability. But as long as I'm getting my 1%, I'm perfectly okay with it. Caterpillar, put a check next to that. Ford is next. Ooh, nice. Look at that. High, low. What low's here? Look at this. Up, down, sideways, down, up. 973, the 985, 21. That's 2%. Well, that works for me. And yes, I do own some Ford. Okay, so Ford, I'm going to mark that one off. Okay. A year ago, we were at 1215. The high of the year, 1491, was in July. And then the beginning of August, she drops down, goes sideways for a couple of months. Look at your last 90 days. Okay, high, low. Where was it? Where is it? Look at the movement. Down, up, 973. It looks good on the 90-day chart. Well, the 90-day chart looks nice. Get a high right here, 1080. Well, right now we're at 990. We got a long way to go on the 90-day chart. Wait, before you get all excited, wait till you see what it looks like on the 30-day chart. 30-day chart saying, yeah, no thank you. Because your bottom is here, okay, which was Tuesday. Tuesday was your 30-day bottom. Look at the big jump on Wednesday and the big jump on Friday. More than likely, there's going to be profit taking coming Monday because going from $9 to $9.90 is a 10% increase. 10% in 1 week, yeah, normally is going to be profit taking. So as much as I like Ford, I'm going to be a little iffy on that one. Akram, A-K-A-M, Akram, A-K-A-M, company. Well, let's see how wonderful they are with their dividends. A-K-A-M, A-K-A-M. That's why I never heard of them. No dividends, which means they do not share their profits. If they don't share their profits, why would I? I'll tell you, I don't do companies that don't share their profits because quarterly reports, all of the annual reports, just to see if this company's consistently profitable or not. Yeah, no, thank you. It's too much work for me. I'm a lazy trader. I really am. And the funny thing is, if it works, why mess with it? Now, I've been doing this for a while, and I know some of you guys here are new, don't know, and probably never heard of me, never seen me doing anything. Let's go here, and let's go to The 10-Minute Trader, which is my website, The 10-Minute Trader. Okay? Give it a second to load up. Wow. That's slow. Which is kind of weird because the what do you call it? The router's just like 6 feet away. All right. So while that's loading, we'll go take a look at that in a little bit. All right, back to where we were. All right. Where were we? Acom, yeah, no. Zim, no. Lemonade, LMND. LMND. Okay. LMND. Here's Lemonade. No dividends. Now, come on, guys. I only ask for two things. Just two. 20 years of consistent profitability, which means they got to have dividends and weekly options. Okay? No dividends. We're just wasting our time taking a look at them. CPB, Campbell's Soup. I know CPB is a good one. CPB. I've bought that many a times. Campbell's Soup. Here we go. Nice. Take a look. Your high, your low. Where was it? Where is it? Look at the movement. Up, down, up. 42.87. The 42s go for that. The 43s. Yeah, we look at 43. 35 to 45. You might get your 1% out of this. Let's take a gander and see what it looks like. It's probably going to be a no, though, only because that's as far as I got. CPB. Because of this right here. It's at the 30-day high. Yeah, no thank you. No to Campbell's. Pepsi. I don't know. That doesn't look very appetizing. Look at where it is. Your 30-day bottom here. 30-day top. She pulls back. Not really sure which direction it's going. It's too uncertain for me. Now, don't get me wrong. I like Pepsi. I really do. It's a great company. They've been in business for over 100 years. But if it's not jumping out at me, like right here, it's jumping out. Okay, here's the bottom. 2 days to the upside. Yeah, then I jump in. Here is no real clear cut. It's not as clear. So I'm going to say no. Morgan Stanley, we got 3 left to go, and then we'll jump up to the questions again. Morgan Stanley. We'll open the questions up and take some more. No to Morgan Stanley. At the bottom, we'll put it down for next week. We'll take a look at Morgan Stanley next week because, hypothetically speaking, think about this for a second. Okay? Well, tomorrow starts week 11 of the first quarter. Okay? So here's your 30-day high. Here's your 30-day bottom. How much lower is it going to go before Morgan Stanley turns around and starts going up? Probably sometime next week. So I'm going to write Morgan Stanley for next week. Last on the list, Wally World. The Wally World's usually a no. WMT, and the reason being, oh, look at that. Okay, here's your high of the year. Okay, high of a 30-day period, bottom of 30-day period, looking for that bottom again. So we'll put Wally World for next week. And now we're going to open up questions and answer a bunch of questions. WMT. There we go. Get rid of these glasses so I can read these things. All right, Antoine, we already looked at, wait a second. Trivgun wants to take a look at UPS. Okay, we'll write that one down for the next round. UPS, top of the list. What else do we got? What dividend percentage do you look for? I like consistency of profitability. It has nothing to do with what their dividend is. It's how consistently profitable are they. Middle finger. Interesting. Of all the words and phrases you could have chosen, you chose that. Bitcoin, yeah, no. Intel's AI and foundry ambitions could drive strong returns if execution improves. Okay, cool. Love the shirt. Thank you. Bummer. Sorry, Moontang. Should I buy or sell now? Okay, Zakaria, I have no idea what you're buying and what you're selling, so I can't answer that question. Felix, hey James, Walgreens will not have good premiums. Will you sell the stock at over 11 and invest in other stocks? Okay, Felix, about Walgreens, they have an offer. I believe it got accepted for them to go private. So I really don't think Walgreens is going to be available for trading anymore. Robert, hey James, thanks bud for your experience. Have a great one. Thank you there, Robert. Okay, so let's get back to the questions on TikTok. Walmart, we already took a look at. Thank you for that, Edwin. Susan, how are you? Ron, how are you? Over there on Facebook. All right, DVN, Golden Law Group, back again. DVN, we'll put that one down. I like DVN, Devon Energy. Oh, Golden Law Group wants to look at Siri also. Wait a minute. Wow, I missed all these questions. Okay, now I said I'm going to answer each and every individual question. I just didn't realize there's going to be so many of them. Holy cow. RJF is a financial service firm, 20 plus years. I can't wait till you look. Okay, Sanzaro, we look at RJF. RJF. Okay, I don't care if they're a 500-year-old company. They have monthly options. 21 March, 17 April, 16 May, 15 August, 6 January, 15 January. Yeah, I don't do monthly options. When I say weekly options only, this doesn't work. This is a no. And it's weird because people say, well, it's a good company. It may be a great company. It just doesn't fit. Okay? If it doesn't fit, no thank you. Sorry. Okay, Flash Fission, Flag Fishing. Oh, Flag Fishing. Yeah, we already looked at Caterpillar. Sanchez. Most of those companies don't pay but 3%. You can get that in a bank account with no risk. Hey, Sanchez, I'm not quite sure what you're talking about. Because from the way it looks, you're looking at the annual yield, which means if I buy it now, I wait a whole year and get 3%. Okay, you're definitely not listening to what I'm saying. I'm buying something tomorrow morning, getting 1%. If I do that every single week, 1% every single week, that's over 50% per year. Okay, the only reason I'm using dividend stocks that are consistently profitable is because they're consistently profitable. They're doing something right consistently. Okay, but just chill, relax, you'll see everything. Everyone look into the loaded lion. I have no idea what that means. Thoughts on very negative futures right now. Okay, MC, thank you for that. Slow and steady wins the race. Michael Reed Dizel. Okay, cool beans. What accounts do you use? Okay, tatted up Ginger, how are you doing? Now, I'm not quite sure what do you mean by what account do I use? Got to be a little bit more specific with your questions because you're only giving me 4 or 5 words and I'm not really 100% sure what we're talking about. Justin, best dividend stock right now, Pfizer, PFE. Now, don't get me wrong, I like Pfizer, and yeah, I do buy Pfizer once in a while. Let's take a quick look at it. Here's the high of the year. Here's the low of the year. Here's where it was. Here's where it is. Look at the movement. Down, up, down, up. We're at 26.74. The closest strike price to that is going to be the 27, and it's going from 22 to 23. So I'm going to say no for Pfizer this week. Reason being is there are too many other companies that are giving me over 1%. Pfizer's not giving me 1% this week, so why would I want to buy it? Now, don't get me wrong, I have bought Pfizer in the past when the numbers look better. At this moment in time, the numbers don't look that good. Okay, so if I can get 3% or 4% investing in Intel, and Pfizer gives me less than 1%, well, why would I do Pfizer? Everything being equal, okay, both good companies, both consistently increase their profits to the shareholders, but one's paying less than 1% and one's paying over 3%, it's a no-brainer for me. Okay. I assume you sold your stock on WBA, Felix. Yes, I did. It got called away. Do you know the market algorithm setup? Cheyenne, that's an interesting question. I would like you to give me some more information on that. It'd be more than if it goes above the strike, would you ever roll to the next week to keep the shares and sell a new call? Absolutely. Hogan, it's always going to be about the numbers. Okay, if I buy a stock tomorrow morning, it's usually because I'm buying it low and it looks as if it's going to go up. I like to have the odds and probabilities in my favor. Well, if it gone up 10 years in a row, well, there's a good chance it'll probably go up again. Now, if a stock increases just before the dividend date, well, and they got the dividend coming up, and they've increased their dividends every single year, well, that's another odd in my favor. Odds and probabilities in my favor. That's what I'm looking for. Okay, next. Athena, I want $75,000 in cash. Should I invest it all at once? Okay, Athena, I know absolutely nothing about you. I can't give you that kind of information. Now, here's an interesting one for you. There's a couple hundred people here right now. If you really want to talk to me, I actually enjoy calling people and talking to them, getting to hear their story, seeing what they're looking for. DM me with your phone number. If you get a text or telegram or snap or one of those things saying it's me, I'm telling you right here, right now, it's not. Okay, I don't do Instagram. I don't do Telegram. I don't do WhatsApp. I don't do cryptocurrency. I don't do futures. I don't do any of that stuff. This is the only thing I do, and I do it here live so you actually hear my voice and you can see me interacting with you guys. Okay, so yeah, you want to talk, you want to have a conversation, drop me your phone number. I will give you a call personally. Not somebody that works for me, me personally. Okay? This is just a hobby for me. This is not a business. I'm here to share information to help you guys get better off. Check out 3M. I love 3M. But not this week, I don't. Damn. Okay, here's the high of the year for 3M. Okay, 1, 2, 3, the whole week. Now she's at the 30-day low. Yeah, she went from a 30-day high to a 30-day low in 1 week. I'll put 3M down for next week. Okay, 3M is officially written down for next week. Austin, what's happening? All right, Senzoro, thank you for that. Anthony, how are you? John Collins. Jonathan, doesn't CPI affect your strategy for the week? No. Consumer Price Index. Okay, Jonathan, let me ask you a couple of questions. Number one, what does Consumer Pricing Index have to do with a company that's over 100 years old? Okay, General Motors, Ford, Macy's, Wells Fargo, Citigroup, Home Depot, Lowe's. There's a lot of companies that are over 100 years old. There was no such thing as a computer pricing index 50 years ago, 60 years ago. Yet these companies who have been in business for over 100 years, they keep increasing their profits and they keep increasing the dividends they share with their shareholders. Okay, so does it? No, it doesn't. But you got to remember rule number one. Rule number one is never buy something you don't want to own. If you don't understand it and you don't want to own it, don't buy it. If you think the CPI is going to affect a stock, well, just sit and wait for a choice to upgrade. Now, I've got 6 iPhones in front of me. 3 or 4 of them don't work anymore on the internet. The only thing I can use them for is cameras. Okay, great. Well, I like the quality of the camera and it's easy to use. Point, click, hit a button. Awesome. However, I can't use that one because certain apps don't work on it because it's an 11. Okay, I'd upgrade to a 14. Certain things on that don't work either. And then my computer, I'm finding certain things aren't working on it because I think the powers that be want me to buy a new computer. I'm under the impression that if it works, leave it alone. It worked fine a couple of weeks ago until somebody updated something, and then they updated my browser without even asking me if I wanted to update. I would have said, no, leave it alone. Karen, OXY. OXY, Occidental Petroleum. Ooh, check that out. Do you see that? High, low, is. Look at this. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up. 47. The 47 is going for 90. That's over 2%. Wait a minute. No. 90 to 95. It's just a little bit under 2%. Say 47 and 47 is 94. Okay, so 90 to 95, you might get 2%. Might. I don't know. Well, let's find out. All right. A year ago, Occidental Petroleum was at 60.48. The high of the year, 71, was back in second week of April. And then she just drop. Okay, last 90 days, right about there. Here's your last 90 days. The high, the low. Where was it? Where is it? Look at this. Down, up, down, up, down, up. It's it. If you can't see it, this might not be something for you. Okay? 90 days ago, which is only 3 months ago, she went down, hit a bottom, turned around, went up. Now, it went to a certain point where investors like me and you say, oh, no, it ain't worth 55. Because if it was, it would have went up higher. But no, it went from 45 to 53. Then from 53 back to 46. Then it went back up to 52 and a half. Then it came back down to 45. Now it's going back up again. Down, up, down, up, down. Where do you think it's going next? It's going up. It's pretty plain and simple. Now, I like 2 days to the upside. The bottom was Thursday. Bottom was Wednesday. Thursday was higher. Friday was higher. This thing looks as if it's going back up. But the last 30 days right here, that's even easier. Look. Up, down, up. Okay, the numbers look okay. Let's check the seasonality chart to see what it normally does. Normally, wow, what a mess that is. Okay, well, Occidental Petroleum, look at that. Big drop, and then she goes back up again. Now, seasonality only shows historical performance. Now, current trend, which means what is the stock doing now, always supersedes the seasonality. Because it just shows you where you were, not where you're going. Okay, 10 years in a row, it usually goes down this time of year, and then she goes back up again. Okay, this year, go with the flow. Where is the flow going? Well, the flow at this moment in time, okay, here's the high, here's the bottom. Now she's going up. I personally am going to wait until tomorrow morning, see where she opens. I'm going to write Occidental Petroleum. All right. Somebody wanted to take a look at UPS. The ups dudes. I'm going to say no to the UPS. And someone's going to say, why are you saying no to UPS? Why do you think? Okay, 30 days ago, way down here. Now look. Yeah, I don't buy at the high. Because it goes from 112 to 122. It's a $10 increase. 112 to 122. Okay, basically going to tell me that that baby's going to come down from taking some profits. That's just the way it looks. Just looks like she's going to get ready to take profit. Sorry, no to UPS. After that, Devon Energy, DVN. DVN. Ooh, now that's what I like to see. Right there. Here's the high, here's the low, here's where it was, here's where it is. Look at up, down, up, down, up, down, up. 36, 63. Yeah, that doesn't look good. Last trade was at 34.71. Okay, the 35s are going 58 to 62. Look at the numbers. Now, I hate it when the market maker does this, because usually during the day, the difference between the bid and the ask is usually 1 to 2 to 3 cents. That's it. 1, 2, 3 cents. That's about it. But look at here. 34.71, 36.63. That's like $2. Never do you see $2 spread with a $30 stock, especially when there's 10 million shares being traded. So if we use the 34.71, well, the 35s are going for 58 to 62. Okay, those are nice numbers, more than 1.5%. 1.5% every single week is around 75-80% per year. Well, I can live with that. All right, let's take a closer look at Devon Energy. A year ago, 46.13. The high of the year, mid-April, 55.28. Okay, last 90 days. Well, here's the bottom right there at $30. Look at the movement. Down, up, down, up, down. Well, where do you think it's going next? It actually has 2 days to the upside. Me personally, I like 2 days to the upside. So this is going to be a high probability on my list tomorrow. We have a few more to take a look at. All right, anyway, let's look at the last 30 days right there. Same thing. Up, down, up. Looks good. RIP stream. Good talk. Good luck trading, everyone. Okay, thank you. BCI. Don't. Henry, what about it? Okay, see, Henry, you can't really give me just a couple of words and expect me to understand. There's a couple of hundred people here. And what about it means almost nothing. I know what it means, but in what context? What did I say that made you say, oh, what about it? All right, Do I Teach 101 said that one. Aria, thank you for that. Do you sell it too? Or who do you sell it to? Oh, Tatted Up Ginger. Okay, Tatted Up Ginger, there's only one person that you can buy and sell from. Buy and sell only to one person. That is the market maker. He or she is in charge of all the buying and all of the selling of all the stocks and of all the options of each and every individual stock. Okay, so right here, the bid and the ask, that's what you can sell it for, and that's what you can buy it for. That's the stock. Down here is the options. Okay, the bid and the ask, what you can sell it for, what you can buy it for. Okay, but you can only sell and buy to one person. That's the market maker. You don't really know who you're selling to or who ultimately gets it. Okay, it could be your neighbor. It could be the guy in China. Okay, it could be almost anybody. Thinkorswim is the worst for fills. Okay. Thank you, Liberation. Tied Up Ginger 21. Are you doing this as a method? Karen Young. I don't know. Oh, Karen, I would like to know how you're doing. Garrett, looking at trying your strategy with U.S. Steel, do you still see upside potential still? Well, Garrett, let's take a look at U.S. Steel. I do own some in several different accounts. Now, the first thing I see when I see U.S. Steel, I see a channel. Look at it. Okay, just between 36 and 40. That's it, right there. It broke out twice. Okay, here and here. Other than that, it just stayed between 36 and 40 all year last year. Well, let's take a good look. Okay, right now, I already own some, but if I was looking at jumping in, I wouldn't, only because it's at a bottom right now. Look at the last 30 days. Now, the reason I say last 30 days, okay, because next week, which is tomorrow, will give you a good idea of which direction the stock is going. Now, look at where it is. You got your 30-day high here and your 30-day bottom here. How much further do you think it's going to go down before she turns around and goes back up again? Because we're talking about U.S. Steel. This thing's been around for over 100 years. Okay, they do consistently increase their profits. All right, so let's take a look at the price. The price is $36.65. Well, the $36.50 is going for 54. That's over 1%. That's a safe trade. The 37, it's going for 73 to 87. Well, that's over 2%, or close to it. Even the 37.50s, 56. The 38s, 42. Okay, so yeah, I like U.S. Steel. The numbers are great. Now, that's not a recommendation. I'm just telling you, I like U.S. Steel, and I already own it. Are you doing this any Canadian stocks or strictly U.S.? Tied it up, Ginger. If they are traded on the U.S. stock market, I will take a look at them. Do you focus on dividends or do you also trade options? Okay, Random Hard Life. I only trade stocks, and I do covered calls, which means stocks and options. Brandy, did I miss what you said your end profit was going to be? Brandy, I think you did miss it. What's the YouTube channel name? The 10-Minute Trader. Okay, Sen K. Go right up here to the bio, okay? Right at the top left. See my little picture up there? And you should go to, oh my God, it's not loading. Still not loading. That's weird. I'm going to have to reboot everything. Yeah, the 10-Minute Trader. Thank Flag. John Ober, should I cut my losses on RDDT? Well, let's take a look at RDDT. Reddit. Interesting. All right, so let's go here. RDDT. Now, we'll put Reddit into Yahoo Finance. I always tell people you should have a finance company for you to read financial information. Okay, so Reddit does not have any dividends. So, is you do. Because if you're going to want to make... wow, Page isn't responding. I wonder what that's all about. I wonder if I have to do more... That's weird. No, I don't do Reddit if they are profitable. So I can't tell you what to do with Reddit. Sean K, same name. Alrighty. The 10-Minute Trader. Should I cut my losses on RDDT? Thank you. You're welcome. Blah Minions. Dividend stocks are worthless. When you get a dividend, the stock price goes down the same amount. I have a stock too. Alrighty, Blah Minion. Cool beans. Shenandoah, thank you for that. Probably not. Okay, Burn Dog. O Realty. How about Oh No? All right, so I said I don't like monthly optionable stocks. 21 March, 17 April, 20 June, 19 September, 16 January. Now here's the reason I don't like monthly optionable stocks. I could do an option on this, okay? Make 1 or 2%. Great. I can only do that once a month. that's only 12 times a year. Now, don't get me wrong, 12 to 24% is not that bad if you're okay with that. But why would I do O'Realty if it doesn't give me weekly options? And the dividends? Oh, well, let's go take a look at the dividends on O'Realty. Okay, here's O'Realty. Let's go and take a look at the historical data to see how often they have increased their dividends. Now, when I say increased dividends, I mean every single year since the inception. Okay, now, October 1994, okay, see it right here? That's when they paid their first dividends, October 1994. So let's take a look. Let's get out of that and go all the way down to the bottom. Now, hypothetically speaking, okay, now this is all just hypothetical. All right? Go all the way back to 2005, because 2005 will be 20 years. Now, if a company is consistently profitable, all right, BEMDOG, you listening, BEMDOG? If a company is consistently profitable, this number should increase every year, correct? So when I say more profitable than last year, well, the number should go higher and higher. Well, let's check it out. Okay. 2004, it was 11. 2005, it's still 11. 2006, it's still 11. So that's 3 years without an increase in profits. Because if a dividend is a portion of the profits, if the profits are getting higher, the dividends will get higher. If the profits aren't getting higher, then the dividends won't get higher either. So that'd be a no. So let's take a look. So 3 years, it didn't increase. All right, so 2006, she's up to 12. 2007, 12. 2007, 13. 2008, 13. 2008, 14. 2009, 14. 2010, 14. 2011, 14. 2012, 14. It's 5 years without an increase. How can you possibly tell me that they're consistently profitable? 5 years in a row, they didn't increase the dividend once. 2012. All right, so 2013 changes to 18. 2014 is at 18. 2015 and 18. And she goes up to 19, to 20, to 21, 22, 23. 23 is 2020. 2021. 5, 26, 28. All right, so. Okay, so it's like 3 years, then they increase. 5 years, and then they increase. The increasing is not consistent. When I'm saying consistent profitability, let me show you what consistent profitability looks like, just in case you don't understand. Okay, just in case you don't understand what increased profitability looks like. Every single year, the number should get higher and higher and higher. Okay? Let's look at this one right here. Goes from 8 to 9 to 10 to 13 to 16 to 20 to 23 to 28 to 31 to 36, 39, 42, 46, 51, 56, 62, 68, 75, 83. Every single year it gets higher and higher and higher. That's what I call consistency of profitability. So O'Realty, number one, it's a monthly. No, thank you. The numbers just don't work for me. Number two, they're not consistently profitable every single year. Yeah, now they've been in business for a while. They give out monthly options. But, sorry, they give out monthly dividends. But what you're missing, I'm going to show you one more thing on O-Realty, and it's called the summary. Now, the summary page gives you some idea of what you can expect from this wonderful, lovely stock of yours. Right now, it's at $58.46. $58.46. Okay? Okay, here's the volume, the average volume, the 52-week range, the high and the low, all that kind of nice, neat, fun stuff. Earnings per share, lovely, lovely, lovely. The number I want you to look at is this one right here. 5.5%. Okay? So I'm showing you, and I have shown you over the past 2 hours, how to get a simple, safe, predictable, consistent 1% per week. Okay? 1% per week, and this is giving you 5.5% per year. Now, I get nothing against the company. It just doesn't fit what I'm looking for. If it works for you, hey, not a problem. You enjoy it. I don't like it. The numbers don't work for me. Okay, so Terry wants to take a look at you. Terry, what is you? Unity Software. Why have I never heard of this company? Well, let's find out. Let's put you into the financial chart and find out. Do they have dividends? No, no dividends at all. See, dividend, nothing. EX dividend date, nothing. That means no. No dividends, no thank you. Caldwell Cutie, how are you doing this evening? DNN? Caldwell Cutie, what's DNN? DNN. Now, I heard of DVN, which DVN I like. But DNN, Denison Mines Corporation, honey, they have no dividends at all. And you, I've actually talked to personally on the phone. Okay, you and I have had phone conversations. Why are you asking me to look at a company that has no dividends at all? Tatted Up Ginger, what's a good base of number of dividend stocks to start with for the week? Now, Ginger, I can't tell you what to do, okay? I can't tell you how to spend or invest your money. I can only show you what I do. Now, when I invest, I have 7 different accounts. 7. But I can't tell you what to do. But in 8 companies, that's it. Because I don't want to have to look at too much stuff. Because it can get overwhelming. Terry, Under Armour. You actually got to give me the ticker symbol. That's a relatively new company. I don't think they've been around for 20 years. How much of your portfolio do you deploy at any one time? Joe, how are you today? It's a good question, Joe. How much of my portfolio do I deploy? Well, I'm assuming you mean how much do I invest out of my portfolio? 98%. Lately, I'm cutting it back to 90 to 95. But for the most part, I don't keep any cash handy. Because I do weekly trading. I buy on a Monday, I sell on a Friday. I like to be in, I like to be out. I like to get that 1% every single week. So why would I leave money sitting on the sidelines losing value? Vince Prindle, WMB. I have no idea what WMB is. WMB. Williams Sonoma. Is that right? Is that right? WMB Williams Sonoma. Williams Cause. I have no idea what that is. WMB. Well, let's find out. Because, if it's a good dividend stock, I'll add it in. But if it's not, no. Ooh, look at that. Dividend forward, 3.8 6. All right, well, let's see how often have they paid a dividend, because I still haven't heard of this company. Historical prices, dividends only. I want to see all the dividends, every single dividend they ever paid. 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. All right, well, they have over 20 years of dividends. Well, let's see if they consistently increase. Okay, 2005, we're at 4. And I go to 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 16, 26, 30, 31, 33, 34, 35, 37, 38, 40, 43, 56, 57, 58, 59. Nice. This keeps going up. 64. Uh-oh. In 16, they cut the dividends by 60%. 20. 2016, it's 20, 30, 34, 38, 40, 41, 43, 45, well, 48. Okay, so I'm a little bit leery on this one because they had a nice dividend and then they cut it by 60%. I'm not quite sure about that. Let's take a look at the numbers anyway. Okay? We're going to say no. Only because look at what she's doing for the last couple of weeks. Okay, here's the high, here's the low. She went down, up, and down. She's going to find a bottom sooner or later. WMB. All right, next. Oh, buffering Caldwell Cutie. What about Under Armour? And you already asked me about Under Armour. I said you got to give me the ticker symbol. Okay? Because Under Armour, I've never invested in that company, so I wouldn't know. What's happening on YouTube? Well, YouTube just got kicked off, so let's try that again. All right. Vince Priddle, what do you use to check stocks seasonality? Oh, what program? It's right inside of Thinkorswim. Okay, if you look right up under here, okay, right under there, standard, and then seasonality. Okay, it's built in to the trading platform. It's not a program. It's actually built in to the trading, which is owned by Charles Schwab, if you're interested in that. All right, so let's keep on keeping on. BBB, how do I feel about Heinz ketchup? KHC. KHC. I'm going to say no to Kraft Heinz. Okay. 30 days ago was a 30-day bottom. Friday's a 30-day top. Usually, when you have a jump up from 27.55 to 32, that is a $5 increase, which is almost 18% from here to here. Yeah, there's going to be profit taken. Don't get me wrong. I love Kraft Heinz. They're over 100 years old. Look at the numbers. 32. The 32s are going for 53 to 58. You're losing 20 cents. You might get your 1% out of it if you like it. But I wouldn't buy it at the 30-day high. Because that's where it's at right at the moment. Flash, do continue to sell calls if the stock you own declines in value. Yes, I do, Flash. How many stocks do you hold to sell at the end of the week? About 5 to 7. Felix, back on YouTube. Yeah, I had a little bit of issue. Gail, sorry I'm late. Did you already take a look at Merck? Nope. Nucor? Nope. Occidental Petroleum? Yes, we did. So let's take a look at Merck. MRK. MRK. Here's Merck. We're going to say no to Merck. That was quick, wasn't it? Okay, look. Here's your 30-day bottom. Your 30-day top was Friday. You missed that opportunity. Okay. Now, me personally, I would never buy at a high. It just doesn't make sense. Okay. Nucor. N-U-E. N-U-E. Now, that one is interesting. Okay. Right here. See that? The high, the low. Where was it? Where is it? Up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Okay. Currently at 135.38. The 135s are going for 250 to 275. Oh, hell, even the 137s are going over 1%. Those are nice numbers for Nucor. I'm actually writing that one down. Well, let's take a look at it. A year ago, Nucor was at 182.55. We got a double top at 202.76, and that was the beginning of April. Okay, the last 90 days. Okay, here we go. Here's the high, here's the low, here's where it was, here's where it is. Look at the movement. Down, up, up. Simple. It's not that difficult to see it. Now, the 30-day chart might be a little easier to see. Okay, here's the last 30 days. Down, up, 135. All the numbers look good. What does Nucor normally do this time of year? Well, normally, this is what she looks like. Yeah, that don't look that promising. Okay, down and then up. Now, the seasonality, that just shows you where it was in the last, 10 years. What does it normally do? Well, normally this time of year it goes down and then up, but you cannot ignore what the current trend is. There's a rule when you're investing: never fight the trend. Okay, the trend is your friend right till the end. Where is the end? Well, we don't know, but we do know you go with the flow. Look at the flow: down, up, down, up, down. Now it's going back up. Stocks only do two things: they go down and then they go up, and then that's it. That's all they do. They go up, they go down, they go up, they go down. Well, now the bottom is right there, the 30-day bottom. Now she's going up. How long will it go up? Well, that's a different story. And that's depending on you and me, because we are the buyers, we are the sellers. We decide what's too high, we decide what's too low. There's only one number out of all this crap here, all of it. Only one number is decided by one person. That is the opening price of the day. That is the market maker. He or she is the one who wakes up and says, you know what? I think I'm going to sell Nucor at 133.75. And that's what it is. There's no rhyme or reason to it. It all depends on what that person thinks is going to be good. So if he decides to do that, that's what it is. All right, so let's keep on going. So Nucor, I am going to, I circled it for tomorrow. Nick, how about PayPal? Now, Nick, you're new here. The only reason I know you're new here because you're asking me about PayPal. PayPal is a monthly optionable stock. Wait, are they? PAPL? Sorry. PYPL. PYPL. Okay. Okay, they're not they are weekly. So they have weekly options, but they have no dividends. Look where the chart is. Look at that. Here's your high, Here's your low. 1, 2, 3 days to the upside if you really like PayPal. Now, I don't do PayPal because it doesn't have dividends, which means absolute worst case scenario as this stock is going down, and do not kid yourself, stocks do go down. They can fluctuate up to 50%. So right now, it's at 70.48. This thing could drop all the way down to 35. That's a 50% drop. Can you deal with it? Well, if it drops and you're not collecting a dividend, which means part of the profits, every 90 days, if they're not paying a dividend, what are you getting? I don't like them because they're not very predictable. I don't like non-dividend paying stocks. They just don't work out for me. Barman Freeman, how are you today? I never understand the stock market. I'll be broke forever. It's not that difficult. 333. How much debt you in? I wish I was in more debt. This clown bankrupted multiple companies. Wow, that's interesting. You don't even know who I am, and you're already making assumptions of the companies I've bankrupted. I didn't bankrupt any company. I sold a company. That's about it. All right, so let's keep on moving. Caldwell Cutie. Ford we looked at already. DNN we looked at already. Let's look at QCOM. QCOM. Ooh, QCOM. Look at that. Here's the high. Here's the low. Here's where it was. Here's where it is. Shoots up, pulls back, goes sideways. Now we're at 161. Okay, the 162s are going for 260. That's over 1%. Okay, so let's take a gander. A year ago, we're at 170. We shoot all the way up to 231. Wow. The bottom, right there, December 19th at 149. Well, she shoots up, pulls back. Now she goes up again. This is the 90-day chart. Okay, here's your high. Here's your low. Here's where it was. Here's where it is. Look at this. Shoots up, pulls back, goes back up again. And we are looking at our 1%. Okay, so that works. What does it normally do this time of year? Well, normally, QCOM has a nice little bump up for the next week or so, and then she's going to go sideways. That doesn't look that bad. And 162. I'm going to write that one down also. All righty. That was a good one. What else did you have? Mara. Ooh, we haven't taken a look at Mara either. Let's take a look at that one. M-A-R-A. Now, I do own some Mara. Let's get out of here. Back to here. Okay? Here's the high. Here's the low. Here's where it was. Here's where it is. Look at it. Basically just goes sideways. A high here and a low here. Up, down, back up again. The 15, 14s. The 15, holy shit. That's a nice price. And it's in an uptrend. Ooh. I'm writing that one down too. Let's take a gander. A year ago, we're at 21. The high of the year, a 30, a 33, and the end of November. Well, look at the last 90 days. Well, here's your last 90 days. Down, up, down, up. That looks good. Look at the 30 days. What does she normally do this time of year? Okay. Down, up. Here's your high. Here's your low. Now she's shooting back up from 12 to 14. It's only $4. $4 is 25%. That's a 25% increase. But she still has more room to go before he hits the 30-day high. Does it make sense to buy it at 16? I don't know. I do already own some Mara, so it is what it is. Oh, Caldwell Cutie, he does call you. Thank you. Jay Breeze, 50,004 OK. 401k, what do I do? Please keep claiming that zone, claiming that some recession is on its way. Yeah, people keep claiming that some recession is on its way. Well, of course there's going to be a recession on its way. There's a recession every decade. Every decade, there's certain studies that have been done. Every X amount of months, well, you have an uptrend, and then you have a recession, or a pullback, or correction, crash, whatever name you want to put to it. Okay, so breezy. My thought is this. Okay, I'm looking at companies that have been in business for over 100 years. U.S. Steel, Bank of America, J.P. Morgan, Wells Fargo, Ford, General Motors. Companies like that, Procter & Gamble, Kraft Heinz, Coca-Cola, Pepsi. These companies have been in business for over 100 years. They've seen World War I, World War II, Korea, Vietnam, all that crap in the Gulf, Desert Storm, Afghanistan, all that BS. They've seen it all. They've even seen the stock market crash in 29. They've seen the crash of 87, seen the crash of 2000, seen the crash of 2008, the crash of 2021. Okay, they even seen the Great Depression, the oil embargo, Y2K. They've seen a lot of crap, yet they continue to increase their dividends to their shareholders. Okay, is there a recession coming? It might not. If I'm getting, even as the market's going down, they're still increasing their dividends. Even in 2021, when they had that market correction, when the whole world shut down, certain companies were still increasing their dividends to their shareholders. Why wouldn't you want to jump in them? Uh-oh. Marcus, University of New Hampshire has had a rough go and beat down with bad sentiment. Does it look promising from here to you? Marcus, well, let's take a look at University of New Hampshire. Actually, it's United Healthcare, UNH. Yeah. United Health Group, sorry. All right. I'm going to say no to UNH. Now, let me explain why. Here's your high. Here's your low. Okay, she drops, shoots up, comes down, back up, back down, now up. Look at where she is now. Let's look at the last 30 days. Well, not that bad. 30 days ago, we're at 530. We jumped up to 545, dropped down to 440. That's $100 drop. $100, that's 2018. It's about an 18% drop. And then which is 15%. 15%. Do you think there's going to be some profit taking at 15%? It could be. Just don't know. It's just one of those questions. All right. Holy cow, I got 90 questions. All right, so it is officially 11:15. So, BD Man 2 Trading. Good morning. Good morning to you too. Which mutual funds is best to invest in? I don't do mutual funds, Corey. Sorry. Ban Chode Hindi Me BOL. I have no idea what that means. Do you think we touch bottom? Gold. Wait. Golan Snowman. I honestly don't know. Okay, I don't look at it that way. Okay, I look at it, is it a good company? Are they consistently profitable? Am I okay with buying them as they are right now? And are they going to give me a higher dividend? Okay, so we got a bunch of questions, so let's see what we got. Jim. Mary June, how are you today? Jay Peterson. Thank you, Jay. Are you sad about your favorite stock, Walgreens? Kinda yes, kinda no. I made a nice amount of money off of Walgreens. Austin, how are you doing today? Do you think things are going to get better before they get any worse? Jay Byrne, it all depends on who you listen to, where you decide to get your information. I'm at that point where I don't know who to believe anymore. Because you got these people saying one thing, these people saying another, these people saying another. And they all make a compelling argument. Someone's got to be lying somewhere. I mean, think about it. Is it really that bad of a thing to make America great? Is it really that bad of a thing to secure the border? Is it really that bad to say we want to know where the money's going? Are those things really bad? Yeah, I know the guy has issues. He does. Well, almost every president you can find has an issue. But, I'm not blind to everything else. I would like to see all that shit. And then who do you believe? If you get one person saying, well, here it is, right here. And you have another person say, yeah, well, that's a lie and a bull. Well, what is it? Is it true or is it not true? Okay, so I don't like to get in politics. I don't like to talk about religion because I just don't know who to trust on the subjects. I just bought Ford on Friday. Austin, cool beans. Verizon or AT&T? You know what, Carl? We can take a look at those tomorrow. I have like 99 questions to answer, and I do like to answer each and every question. So what I'm going to do, Carl, is I'm going to put Verizon and AT&T on the list for us to take a look at tomorrow. Okay, VZ and T. First two on the list. Austin, Kyle Freezy bought that in January before it shut up. Okay. And Ford, there you go. Yes, thanks. Ford stock dropped from the tariffs, but wasn't bad. And Ford had most American plants out of the big three. Okay. BP Packaging, how are you today? Bro, check this. 55 KO blah 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 blah. I have no idea what that means. Rudy, looking for a good rundown on SA? Getting mixed reviews. SA, I have no idea what SA is. What the heck is SA? It's a no for me. Okay. I don't do monthly options. Who's that? Rudy? Okay, I don't do monthly options. I just don't, because they just don't pay, in my opinion. The Golden Law Group, Siri. We'll write that one down for tomorrow. I still got over 90 questions to answer. Verizon's great. Yep. CRDO. Awful Madden Plays. CRDO. I never heard of it. CRDO. Luther, what's happening? Porto Flamingo Man. What about ANCFX? What the heck is that? Never a good sign, ANCFX. Never a good sign if I have to say, what the hell is that? Quantum Antenna. Good evening to you. Rudy, looking for a good rundown on SA. Getting mixed reviews. Okay, Rudy, I already answered that question. Please do me a favor. Only ask the question once. Okay, any Canadian investors here? Yeah, Tatted Up Ginger wants to coordinate with other investors in Canada. Now, Tatted Up Ginger, I do know there are a bunch of Canadian investors in the morning trading group. I do have a morning trading group that get together and we trade every morning. Sorrows, Alibaba, no, they don't. They've only had like 2 years of dividends. Marcus, UNH, we already looked at that one. Dow Chemical. Wes, how you doing today, Wes? We'll look at Dow Chemical tomorrow. Free TikTok coins. Boost your vibes. Cool beans. All right, we already looked at KHC. All right, BBB, we already looked at KHC. Nick, we already looked at Nucor. Bemdog, we already looked at O Realty. Abbott Labs, DH, ABT. We'll take a look at that tomorrow. I'm done at 11:30. Right now we're going through all the questions, and there's still 99 questions to go. Do I trade S&P 500? No. The numbers just don't work for me. He's talking about Yum Brands. I like Yum Brands. YUM, we'll take a look at them tomorrow. Chart, day, and time we are looking at. All right, user 4579, blah, 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 blah. I look at the 1 year chart. I look at the 90-day chart. And then I look at the 30-day chart. And then I look at the seasonality chart. Okay, I don't do daily charts. I'm not a day trader. Did you say Pfizer was no good this week? I say, all right, Sen-K, I said Pfizer was not good for me this week. That was for me. I don't give tips. I don't give advice. I looked at the numbers. It didn't look good for me. 562, SPY. I'm thinking SPY for 40 before 26. Okay, good for you. I don't do that one. What are you using for a chart app? Okay, 4593. This chart app is called Think or Swim. It's owned by Charles Schwab. Georgie Dyson. Will I look at NVDY? No, I will not. NVDY. We'll look at it tomorrow, though, and I'll tell you why I don't like it. Okay, Rudy, I already asked you. Please, only ask me a question once. Berm Dog, I asked you the same thing. Only ask me the question once. My YouTube stream is down. Yeah, I already fixed that one. I never found a Canadian stock that does options. All right, Lindarella. Can you say covered call or sell a put? I didn't say either one, Sen. Roxy, I feel like all social media are going to have a big bump because Trump roller coaster. I don't know. Okay? Looking for a good run on... Okay, dude. Isaac, Meta had only recently started paying out dividends in the last year or two, so that's going to be a no. I feel okay. I know. Looking for good. Okay. Meta no. LAES. What is that? LAES. We'll take a look at it tomorrow, right? Berm Dog, please stop it. Seriously. Sydney Archer, no, I do not day trade. Okay, I trade every day, but I'm not a day trader. I'll buy my stocks on Monday. I'll sell a covered call on Monday. Tuesday, I look at where my position is. Wednesday, I look at where my position is. Thursday, I look at where my position is. Friday, I make adjustments and I start getting rid of stuff. Okay, if the company pays a dividend, does that mean they are profitable? Sorry, newbie here. Okay, Sen-K. A dividend is a portion of the company's profits they give back to the investors. That's all that means. Okay, companies get into business to make a profit. If they're profitable, they will pay a dividend. Or they are companies that take all their profits and put it back into the company for capital growth. Yeah, those are not the ones I do. Paul Rudd, yeah, major delay, James. Must be your internet. Luke watching foreign films. Oh, like watching foreign films. Terribly sorry, dude. Sen-K, yes. Hey, Rizzo, what's happening? That is what a dividend is. It's a share of the profit. What happened to the high interest GICs from the 80s? I have no idea. Simone, thank you for that. Burn Dog, yes, cool. Dracula, how are you today? Azad, what's happening? Don P, the Motivator. Don P, how are you today? Rudy, what did you have up that was climbing every year? Oh, that was... Okay, you know what, Rudy? When I say consistency of profitability, you get the Dividend Kings every year, higher and higher and higher profits for 5 decades. Dividend Aristocrats, 25 years, increasing profits. Dividend Champions, 25 years increasing profits. Okay, dividend contenders, 10 to 24 years of increasing profit. That's 300 companies do the exact same thing over, every single year. LA Soundwave, what's happening in Hollywood? Okay, Hollywood, we'll put Paramount down for next week. P-A-R-A. For tomorrow. We'll take a look at it tomorrow. Okay, Key Juice, R-G-T-I, no. Sydney, Archer, MU, Micron. So K Juice, you're probably wondering why I said no to RTGI. They have no dividends. Okay, Eve, Disney. Pablo, ¿qué pasa, amigo? How can you tell if the dividend is safe? I'm not 100% sure what you mean. How can you tell if the dividend is safe? Okay, now if you have a company, let's say Coca-Cola, that has been in business for over 140 years. That's 140 years. That's longer than anyone's been alive that we know of. Okay? If they consistently increase that dividend every single year for 5 decades, I'm kind of thinking that year 51, year 52 is probably going to be just as safe. Okay, Georgia Dyson, NVDY. We'll take a look at that one tomorrow, and I'll tell you why I don't like it. NVDY. Okay? So if you're back here tomorrow, we'll take a look at it tomorrow. Sydney, I know who Micron is, MU. Sheshang, what stock has the most dividends? I couldn't tell you that one. It's not something I keep track of. Andrea, if you haven't heard of Williams-Sonoma, that means you definitely do not cook. No, Andrea. I know who Williams-Sonoma is. Okay, it was the other Williams company I didn't know what it was. What was it? WM. Hold on. WMT. No, that's Walmart. WMB? No, that ain't it. Was it WMB? WMB. Yeah, Andre, that's WMB. That's Williams, not Williams-Sonoma. I thought it was Williams-Sonoma, but I was wrong. But I know who Williams-Sonoma is. What company is that? What company is that? Williams. I have no idea who Williams is. EMB. Oh, Hollywood. Enbridge. Hollywood. You know better than that. EMB. We'll take a look at it tomorrow. Next. UNP. I have no idea. UNP. UNP. Oh, Eve, UA, Under Armour, UA. We'll look at that one tomorrow also if you're here. JTAI, what the heck is that? JTAI. Never a good thing if I have to say what that. GD, 6. 6 or STX? Because STX is Seagate. 6, I have no idea what that is. Hi. Faru, Lofi, how are you? Okay, is this Charles Schwab platform? No, this is Think or Swim. Charles Schwab owns Think or Swim, but it's not the Charles Schwab platform. The Charles Schwab platform is a little bit different. I like mine cold. I have no idea what we're talking about there, Stanley, but all righty. I have no idea whose name that is because it's not really a name, but Microsoft, MSFT, we'll take a look at that tomorrow. Microsoft tomorrow. Ago, JD, I have no idea what that means. Johnny Dill, Friday's high can be wiped out by a weekend slow. You're absolutely right, Johnny. GD wants to take a look at AVGO. AVGO. We'll take a look at that tomorrow. West Dow Chemical. We'll take a look at that one tomorrow. Toxic D, what's happening? God's plan, how are you? Mahesh, we already looked at Kohl's today. We already looked at Macy's today. But I don't give advice. Neither do I. Okay, Dina wants to take a look at Advanced Micro Devices, AMD. All right, we'll take a look at that one. Hi, where are you from? I'm from the Boston area. Miso Agonus, TEM. TEM and Mara, MARA. All right, we'll take a look at both of those tomorrow. Uh-oh. I missed all my questions. Where did we stop? There it is. Can you give us a good $10 or under stock that pays dividends? Jersey. I'll redo this right here. Don't. Whoops. There we go. Now, who asked for this one? Jersey. All right, Jersey, you see this? This is my watch list. See all these companies over here? Look at this. $1, $2, $1.50, $2.80, $3. $3, $4, $5, $6, $8, $9. There's got to be at least 50 or 60 stocks right there. No, probably more. Under $10. Okay? There you go. See them all? Next. Our Way. What the heck is Our Way? Let's keep B. We'll look at that one tomorrow. AMD. We'll look at that one tomorrow. Miso. Best brokerage. I don't like Fidelity. Can we talk about wrestling? Stevie, have fun with that one. KG922. Dictator is not USA. I have no idea what that means. Nope. Do you think T-Mobile is worth? I have no idea what you mean by T-Mobile is worth what. Make money up and when it's down. Okay. Best brokerage, new here. Okay. Miso, tomorrow night. What do I think about Tesla? Interesting. I don't do it because they don't have dividends. Ford dipped because they had a factory transitioning a model. I have no idea what that means. Pat Dan Mac. Views on Fidelity. I don't do Fidelity. I don't know. I'm Lindarella. How are you today? Miso, I saw it. Miso, please stop. Okay? Ask the question once. I answer each and every individual question. Please, only ask it once. KC, you want to take a look at FANG? We'll take a look at that one tomorrow. FANG. John, thank you for that. Okay, Miso, I can't give you advice because I don't know who you are. I have no idea what you're looking for. Okay, thank you for your knowledge. Welcome to Jersey. Eros Trades, how are you today? What's good? A lot of stuff. Benjamin, Pfizer. We looked at Pfizer earlier today. We're heading for a recession. Rod, I don't know why people keep saying that. It's a shakedown or shakeout. All right, Benjamin. ABT. That's Abbott Labs. We'll look at that one tomorrow. How about OKE? OKE. We'll take a gander at it. Costco. Yeah, that's out of my price range. It's over $1,000. I don't know what makes you think $1,000 stock is actually worth it. FedEx. Ooh, we haven't looked at FedEx yet. FDX. TEM. UPS. Have a great evening. You're welcome. Pfizer, we looked at it. Hey, mate, is there any AI bot that works for currency trade? Don't know. I don't do that. TTD. DJ Sniper, how are you today? TTD. All right, we'll take a look at it. Let's take a look at IoT. I got 58 option contracts writing on it. I have no idea what IoT is. We'll take a look at it tomorrow. Thank you. Watching from Hawaii. Ooh, I've never been to Hawaii. AMDY. There you go. What the heck is AMDY? AMDY. Wow, you guys have a lot of stuff to take a look at. Do I have a YouTube? Yeah, The 10-Minute Trader. Why don't you like Fidelity? Garrett, I wrote a book 15 years ago on choosing the right trading platform. Okay? Very simple. What do you want from your trading platform? Ease of use, easy accessibility to information to make a decision. Me, personally, I like to be able to look at more than one thing on the screen. I don't want to go from one screen to the next, to the next, to the next. I don't like jumping back from one screen to the other screen. I've looked at Fidelity. I've seen it. I don't like it. Okay? I've been using this here for 20 years. I don't want to have to learn something else. Thoughts on ARCC? Noah, how are you today? ARCC. We'll take a look at that one tomorrow. Wes, thank you. Garrett, curious, please share. Is Tempest AI a good deal? Mom, how are you today? Tempest AI, I honestly couldn't answer that question. Now, Mom, I'm almost 100% sure Tempest AI is not 20 years old. It's not a 20-year-old company. So it's a no for me. If you like it, sorry, there's a glitch on my end. Okay. John, impressive. Very good information and very thorough. Thank you, John. Mom, SoFi. No, I don't like SoFi. Okay, Mom, I invest with one thing in mind. Consistency of profitability. If I can be consistently profitable with a company or a stock, I will put it into my roster. And those are the only ones I will trade. SoFi, no, it has not been around for 20 years. It has not proven the test of time for me. We're all different. Okay, everybody, there's a couple of hundred people here. Okay, we all have different goals, different aspirations, different time frames, different risk factors. Me, I like companies that are consistently profitable and have weekly options. Okay, I want to make a simple, safe, predictable, consistent 1% per week. I can't do that with some of the stuff you guys are talking about. SoFi, no. Rivian, no. Stellantis, no. Okay. Ford, yes. General Motors, yes. IBM, yes. MPW, yes. Only gold make money. Caldwell Cutie, that's a good goal. But you can't just make money. You have to have some kind of time and effort into it. Okay? I mean, you can literally take a broom and go outside and sweep the sidewalks in a major city, and some people throw money at you. Is that what you really want? Or do you want consistency of profitability? That's what I want. I got the time. Yeah, me too. But I have other things that I want to do. Okay. Roth IRA. Okay, if that's what you want to do, Miso, I can't. I want to make money. Caldwell Cutie, yes, you and I have had a conversation. Okay, I agree with you. Okay, Armashine, Chewy has not been around for 20 years. Share my thoughts. My thoughts on what? QCOM. Okay, Caldwell Cutie, we looked at QCOM. The numbers looked good. Remember? We looked at it a little while ago. Where can start from about to learn dividends? Hassan, how are you today? I'm here every night, 9:30 until 11. Sorry, from 9 until 11:30. It's quarter of. It's 11:45. Okay? It's time for me to go. We're going to do this exact same thing again tomorrow. Garrett, my plan is to sell calls on U.S. Steel and use the profits to cost average Intel. Okay, sounds interesting. Armashine, I'm assuming. Chewy, yeah, no. They have not been around for 20 years. UNC, no. I don't even know who they are. I fell asleep. Can you share the QCOM info, please? Adobe, 550 calls. Trust me. Well, alrighty then. Caldwell Cutie, we looked at Mara also. Okay, QCOM looked good for tomorrow. Mara looked good for tomorrow. Now, those aren't suggestions. Those are not tips. That is just me taking a look at the numbers, taking a look at the charts, all that kind of nice, neat, fun stuff. Everything is going to drop tomorrow. Well, alrighty then. Thank you for that little bright sunshine. All right, I'm done over here on Facebook. You guys have a great night. See you again tomorrow. You guys over here on Instagram, nice seeing you. Catch you again tomorrow. All righty. MSTR 240, SPY 565. Cool thing. Have a good night, Garrett. Chat with you tomorrow. Thanks for your time as always. Michael Dean. I like them. Bye. Have a nice day. Thanks a million. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome, everyone. Have a lovely evening, and we will see you again tomorrow.